I received a phone call just as I almost came to the home for elderly people. And mother called me and started to drive me insane. But before I went to home for elderly people, I said to myself, about the father, I was talking to myself, he is completely insane. Completely crazy. And I said these things loudly. I said, 4 years, I tried to pull him out. And 4 years, he's doing crazy shit. Eventually, the shit that will come true. And he will be sorry. And when he's gonna come true, it will be nothing I possibly could do for him. Because, health worsens, and then you develop more and more problems, health problems. And at age 94, then it's very difficult to reverse those things. And he is playing with his health as if he would be 20 years old. In reality, every hour that he spends on a bed is 2 hours, 3 hours closer to death. If staying inside of this home for elderly people is not bad enough already. And I said loudly, what he is doing, eventually they're going to make it happen. And as I come to area where is the biggest traffic in Kandia, Aragovska, through the Ragovo, through Aragovska, and there is a Jure salon, haircut salon, that area right there, Kandia. The telephone started ring. Bam, ba 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 bam, ba bam, ba 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 bam, ba bam. Okay, it's just that as I try to reach in the back, I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to be fucking around here. It's a copy-paste on MKUltra, based on MKUltra. I pay attention instead of the driving. My backpack, in which the telephone is in the back seat. So I continue to drive. I don't want to bother myself and maybe get even into accident or something. Of course, it's a mother calling. And it continues, bam, ba bam, ba 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 bam, ba bam. Telephone rings. She doesn't stop. Telephone stops ringing when I actually already emerge out of that traffic. Then she stops. So I turn left and go in direction of Vrtnaria through past Kandia, past this bridge in Kandia, and just as you go down into this valley, you turn left, Steklarstvo, I don't know how, toward these apartment buildings, toward Teška Voda, toward home for elderly people. That shortcut that exists through near Smrečnikova, past Smrečnikova, and in that direction I go. Then I stop the car and I call mother. And no, don't come. No, father, I'm taking father upstairs. Father has a headache. It's a headache. Upstairs. Blah, 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 blah. Father doesn't feel good. Father this, father that. So I tell my mom, I'm here. I'm not far from home for elderly people. I just stopped here so that I can pick you up. And as I come to home for elderly people, no, it's actually fucking crazier than that. I hear her, a lot of people in the background. And I say, where are you? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. She just gives me a stupid I am already leaving, I'm departing, I'm already past the reception area, I'm at the reception area. I said to her, wait, listen, stop. And I'm here, I am very near home for elderly people, and I'm coming to pick you up. The time was 11 minutes. This is the time now. And so she gives me such a crazy, insane, really completely fucked up stuff. Father taken upstairs, headache, and so I come to pick her up. And she's nowhere to be found. I thought that she's going to be waiting for me to come to pick her up. She's instead she says that she's on a parking lot. In the back of the building, in a parking lot. Okay, sit in the car. Okay, we drive home. And she sits based on police, copy-paste based on police scenario. Psychiatrist Kapš, not only once, but on several occasions. He would be driving the car, talking about the police officer. I would be sitting in the back together with the psychiatrist or with somebody else. And the two would be conversing together also with the psychiatrist would be giving the instructions to the police officer and ask mother then when the driving would stop, he would meet them outside. No, psychiatrist was not even inside of the car. He was maybe one time inside of the car. But when the driving would finish, he would... This is not a telepathy. When you go to your father for a visit and you ask him about how he's doing, good day, how is you, what can I do for you, is there anything I can do for you, how do they treat you, how is this, remember about this aftershave and all this stuff, and the mother using alcohol to drive him and this and that, just to get in return basically saliva are running out of the mouth. Good imitation of the stuff I have gone through when I was thrown into the psychiatric hospital because of the very serious psychiatric medications which I continue to receive despite suffering cardiac arrest, despite problems with heart inflammation, with who knows in what condition the liver, kidneys are. This is not the way you, this is gaslighting. This is a very serious gaslighting, and it's extremely effective. You know, you ask, you help, you want to know, what can you do? You talk to him in such a beautiful way. You try to remind him of the stuff that went on, doing your best, reminding him the stuff that went on, so that he could only say yes, something, anything you could use to get him out of there. Explaining him that you are not even capable to visit him on your own, because mother officially is a carer of him. And because you video recorded him, meetings with him, you're not allowed. You're simply not allowed to visit your own father. Stuff that was used to drive me absolutely insane during MKUltra. Just so you watch somebody, a man whom I describe doing like this. This is a good, I would say even a police type of interrogation technique, except that I explain except as if I explain my mother downstairs. Now I am the boss. I am the man. I am the boss. I am the man. You will answer to me. And I'll probably go and file criminal charges against him and against her. You don't fuck with me anymore. You're past your ability to play any kind of MKUltra whatever stuff you want to come up with. You have absolutely nothing left you can come up with. You can get me killed, is what you continue to do. Steal more time. I'm 54 years old. This is what you do, but there is not a shit you can do to me. Nothing. This case is absolutely proven. The only thing you can do is you can get me killed. That's about the most you can do. The case itself, you're never going to erase one. It's a fact. Yeah, in the past, I used to just ignore everything, all this kind of stuff. So imagine when you do this, when you ignore and you drive, what a tension is inside of you. Now I no longer ignore. Now I confront. It might actually look like I'm the one who got all the time disturbed and so on, bothered, angered. She's going to end up inside of the fucking jail. I'm going to press the criminal charges against you. She and him. Her and him. Seriously, this is not... I told her outside here, I told her, you have nothing. I told her, I'm the boss, and you don't understand. You have absolutely nothing. And I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I can press criminal charges. I can do with you and with him and with every fucking one of you, whatever the fuck I want to do. It is simple as this. You pretend, you continue to act like you have something, like we have some kind of game going on, and this is me being driven crazy next to you, but this is just not the fact, because I have so many proofs at hand I demonstrated about what goes on that it's highly, highly not advisable to do that. But since she does this and she's continued to do this, I might just actually do this. I never thought about this. I never thought about pressing criminal charges against her, but now I'm thinking about pressing criminal charges against her. She just sat here next to me and pretended she was a mental patient, just pulling that thing like this. From a home for elderly people all the way here, like doing with the hands, doing stuff like this. And of course, as you drive and you see a lunatic, doing crazy shit. And, this is just extremely normal individual is who she is. Extremely normal. They did the same thing with what would be my driving with one hand and video recording with the other one. They were literally training her to create, if I would even pick up the telephone, to make herself look sick, so scared for her life that would go and cry inside of the car. Police literally train her to do all kinds of squeaks and wicks and bad crazy shit. Question me on what I think about how much snow is allowed on the road, whether it is the proper amount of snow. On issues for which they were certain that I would actually use a telephone and video record. She knows how to act. She's an actor. She's not ill. She's not suffering. She's just extremely, extremely, extremely good actor who, at whatever costs, wanted to position herself in my role and me, basically, in her role. It's extremely, extremely well designed, and it definitely deserves prosecution. It definitely deserves charges, criminal charges filed against her for her criminal conduct, for the food, the way she enforced the food, the eating, the stuff based on MKUltra police, the way they trained, poisoned, enforced the stuff, she definitely deserves to have criminal charges filed against her. Yes, she's my mom. She's my mother. But I'm a human being. This umbrella shit that she did today is identical to her leaving a telephone like this. She keeps leaving her telephones like this. I don't even use this telephone. But what she does is she keeps using a telephone like this, which they brainwash me that they are listening. They are listening. They are listening. Who is they? They. You know, they. We just have a bunch of this garbage from Ljubljana, ministers and prosecutors and judges and police. Your mama, your daddy, interacting in front of me with the two, gesturing them, I will get you for this, I will get you for that. And then using again other people, like in a third person, gesturing me, you will lose your mama. The neighbor here, Metod Yerman, a higher police officer in a parenthesis, one house away from here. But the mama, you will lose. Borut Pahor had the most touchy one, and Tanya Fayon had the touchiest one. Only not a mama. You can take anything away from me, only not a mama. And then I witnessed also her mama is dead. They were using during MKUltra. And I also witnessed Borut Pahor, a mother is dead. And here, when you look at this stuff here, this is the stuff that was used to interpretate, you can imagine what. This black thing that you see here, this was, you can imagine what that meant when we were driving inside of the car. Right? You can imagine, right? That's how that stuff is done. That's called gaslighting through MKUltra, driving one completely nuts insane. And I call that kind of stuff schizophrenia. Not because I would be mentally ill, but because I label them as mentally ill. I acknowledge them as a sickos, as a bastards. I acknowledge them as a psychopaths, maniacs. I label them as mentally ill people, schizophrenics. I label them as those who want to do a telepathy. MKUltra is not telepathy. It's a thuggery. It's a very serious crime, and it's extreme offense. Only can be done through the police. When Stefanich laughed in my face at the police station and misinterpreted, but because he is sick in the head, I'm going to say interpreted. If I would see these people anything other than sickos, there will be something terribly wrong with me. It's a human shit. And human shit is to be seen as a sickos. These are extremely sick people. He referred to MKUltra as a telepathy between me and the police officers whom I have seen at a police station and mention him. He said that I was telepathically communicating with, what the fuck? Some female police officer for whom he assumed that she was so pretty. Yeah, might have been during MKUltra. It was so many girls that were pretty. But I didn't come to police station to discuss with the pretty police officers. he got everything upside down. He tried to make it the whole thing like funny. The thing is nothing funny about MKUltra, and it's real. It's got nothing to do with the telepathy. But you're gonna have you scum. So many police officers from abroad, they're gonna get on your ass. They're gonna sit on your ass. You will not know when the fuck you guys were born and what your name is. I guarantee you that. Out of this miserable situation, home. Get you people so they could help you out to rehabilitate yourself. Health professionals, they can help you out. Perform surgeries on you so that you can have legs without pain, so that you can walk, you can talk, you can do things. They have this brain stimulation electrodes, as police told me in 2012, where they play with the father's stroke, that when they had him in 2012 inside of the hospital, they told me on a terrace, they started to complain that father is not doing so well when they're playing with these strokes, and he might actually even need those brain implants I talked about in the videos. You don't even have to tell person how you feel. You don't even have to tell person when he asks you, because you fake that you are sick, that you are ill. You don't even have to tell the person if you don't want how you feel, or more importantly, what this person can do for you to protect you, since he spent the entire winter long on the bed, literally tied to the bed. This is my father, despite everything. You don't even have to do that. Just try to be fucking normal that much that you say person hi and goodbye. You don't even have to thank me or anything like that. For all the shit this individual created in my life, and continue to receive love in return, that's not a good person. That's not a person who cares. That's not a person that is a person that could or should be considered as a victim of somebody like myself, or somebody for whom environment he was in just didn't take care, or actually just didn't care. That kind of person I can actually throw behind the bars. I don't understand what kind of game these people believe they play. I told my mom right now, I'm the boss. I'm the man. I fucking own you, and I fucking own this country. You don't own anything anymore, I told her. Don't think something like this cannot happen. This game, this fooling around, this crazy stuff that Slovenian police continue to play together with my father, this stuff have come to an end. You have absolutely nothing. This is, it's like this. Here you can see our home right here. You can see it. Let me explain to you something. My mother had 1,000,001 scenario together with the police, through which they portrayed themselves as somebody who is out there to kill my father. So they created a whole conspiracy around murder of my father. Remember when I was talking about all kinds of stuff, the way they brainwashed me that your daddy will be dead, it will be finished, and my mama acted like an evil, like somebody is going to do something to daddy at just about any time to trigger the defense mechanism for my father. That's our home right there. And so now, if you have her playing like somebody who is extremely worried all of a sudden for that daddy, do you feel the craziness effect here? The way they portray her is somebody who is after my father, who wants to terminate life of my father at whatever cost, together with the police. Now all of a sudden, as I sit inside of her with the inside of the car, she start doing this, acting like all nervous, like worried, concerned for the well-being of my father. So that's, you know, that adds extra to the effect, to the crazy effect already they created, because it all of a sudden it presents her in a role of the hypocrisy. I wouldn't assume even for a second that she is worried about him, based on what I have seen and under MKUltra and like this. But in my eyes, the way this does is it portrays you as somebody that is doing this stuff deliberately to drive me crazy under this kind of circumstances, under exactly as I described, faking basically concerns, while, as I know, you still want to get rid of him. So that's in particular disgusting. The psychiatrists, police knew all about this stuff. They're not stupid. They knew absolutely about every little thing. This is our home here, look. This is the neighbor here I was talking to you about. The psychiatrist Peter Kapš was using him to play my role during MKUltra. That's basically to act as I don't know what they had going on with mom. What kind of role exactly, how he portrayed me based on my personality. Yeah, his name is Andrej Uhl. He's right next to Dr. Igor Kotar. These are the same actors. These are the same people, the same actors. This is a house from the Kotar, and that's basically his home right here, right next door. His name is Andrej Uhl. Very important, Andrej Uhl. And don't forget, as I explained in this video, as we would drive home. So this is how the brainwash operated, right? So they completely brainwash you for you to see yourself as somebody you have nothing to do with it. And at home, she even got to meet a psychiatrist who is assuring her that, you know, all will be okay, that she's normal. No. Andrej Uhl didn't have to take psychiatric pills, but I did. But it might just happen that he might be next in a list of the psychiatric pills. Maybe you're gonna even thank me, man. The animal we're talking about, that will be his name. The animals we're talking about are employed at this location here.